Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Krystal Jane, and in today's video I have a very special guest.
I'm Nadia.
I'm really excited to do this video because I've been really into astrology lately and I've been trying to learn, and Nadia has been teaching me. She's a new friend that I made here in New York, and she knows a lot about astrology. She's been teaching herself with all the zodiac signs. So in this video I'm gonna say what I think of each zodiac sign from like personal experiences, and she's gonna basically say what each zodiac sign is, maybe explain why like I might have that experience. Yeah, basically, yeah, the facts. She's gonna say the facts, I'm gonna say whatever comes to my mind. If you want to know what I think about your sign and what basically your sign is, just keep on watching. Before we get into every sign, go ahead. We're drinking wine, by the way. We're drinking Chardonnay, so that's what's in our cup. But basically, what was I gonna say?
You're gonna go through every sign. The big three is it's your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign. Those are like the big three placements in your chart that people mostly talk about, because if you were to go through all 12 of them, it'd just be a lot. So big three, sun, moon, and rising.
A lot of people associate themselves with their sun sign, and that's only a fraction of who you are.
Yeah, there's like a lot more to you.
So with whatever I say, my opinions and whatever facts she says about a sign, and you can't resonate with that, it's not because it's because you probably have like a different placement, and that's why.
Right, so like everybody has their own birth chart, and in your birth chart you have like 12 other placements. So just because you're a Gemini, that's not all there is to you. You have a different moon, you have a different rising, a different Mercury and Venus. And so when you see the basic horoscopes, you're like, that doesn't apply to me. Well, yeah, it's a general sun sign reading, so it's not always going to apply to you.
My sun sign is Gemini, my moon sign is Scorpio, and my Libra sign is and my rising sign is Libra.
So I'm also a Gemini sun, and I'm a Pisces moon and a Cancer rising. So those are my big three.
Alright, so the first sign I'm going to talk about is Aries, and that's a fire sign, and the dates are like March 20th to April 19th. When I think of Aries, I have this one like really good friend. I think of her, and we are just very we're different, but we agree with a lot of stuff. We're both like just pretty hot-headed, both of us. So I just think of her with Aries. My mom is an Aries, so I think of my mom. I know that Aries could be like their fire sign, so I know they can be a little bit like angry. I know that's a stereotype. They can be a little bit like just intense, right?
Yeah.
So what's Aries?
Well, so I have like a weak spot for Aries. All of my ex-boyfriends have been Aries. So they just have like a soft spot in my heart. They're just very they're passionate people. They're super intense, impulsive. They love like spontaneity, adventure, which is like, for us Geminis, we love that shit because it's something different every day. Something different all the time. They just always want to like just do. Like they don't think, they just do. Which can be a good thing, but it could also be a bad thing, hence why I said they're my ex-boyfriends. So, like Aries energy, they're just really loving people. They just love love. They love to fall in love quick. They fall out of love quick. They are just their own way. Like they're doing what they want to do. Like it's very self-motivated type of people. Like they don't really need anybody else to tell them what to do. They're going to motivate themselves to do what they want to do.
Okay. When I was watching videos similar to what video I'm doing right now, I know a lot of people don't like Aries, but like I understand the temper side.
Oh yeah, because they'll say whatever. Like they don't have like a filter. Like they'll just speak their mind because that's my mom,
and
impulsivity.
And that's the friend that I'm talking about. Like they really have no filter. They'll just say whatever.
But they do. What I will say is though, they do have that soft side because they do love love, and they love to like fall in love quick, fall out of love quick. They will, if you talk to them the right way, they will go back and like self-evaluate and be like, oh yeah, that was fucked up. I probably shouldn't have popped off on you. They'll pop off and apologize later.
Yeah. The next sign is Taurus, and that's a fire sign?
It's an earth sign.
Oh, earth sign. Yeah. Earth sign. I wrote it weird, but
it's okay.
And what, do you remember the month or no?
So they're from the end of April to the middle of May, probably around like May 20th, because Gemini season starts May 21st.
Okay.
So
that's right.
Yeah, so end of April to like May, I don't remember the exact date, but I think it's the 20th, May 20th.
Every Taurus person I know, they have a strong personality. They're funny people, just like a silly humor to them, and they're very like strong personality. They're stubborn. I know that's a stereotype, but they are very stubborn. And
that kind of comes from them being a fixed sign. So there's like fixed signs, cardinal signs, and mutable signs. They're not necessarily stubborn, they're more just like set on what they know. So that's where they get the stubborn stereotype from, because they're just so, they stick to what they know, and what they know has worked. And so that comes across as them being stubborn.
I mean, I don't know where the humor comes from. Like, is that even a thing? Or
honestly,
maybe it's just like a coincidence?
It might just be coincidence. I don't know that many Tauruses in my life to speak on that. Maybe it might just be like a sense of like a dry humor.
Yeah, and I love dry.
Yeah, I think it's a dry humor, because a lot of earth signs, I've noticed a lot of earth signs have that dry, like witty humor, which I appreciate. I also like that dry, witty humor.
So the next sign is Gemini, which is my favorite sign.
Obviously.
My birthday is June 10.
And I'm June 12th, so we're like right there.
Exactly. Oh, when I say like what's my favorite signs, I'm gonna be biased. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's because it's in my main three. So Gemini obviously is one of my favorite signs. I feel like this sign, obviously, you know, is one of the most hated signs.
We get a lot of hate. We do.
Yes, but I feel like we're very misunderstood. Unevolved Geminis, which you can look that up, what that means. Google it. The unevolved Geminis are the stereotypical Geminis. So when they say Geminis are flaky and like
fake,
two-faced, those are like, it could be true. Like a Gemini in your life could be like that, but that doesn't mean they're like evolved or whatever.
I feel like I came across that way in my younger years.
Oh yeah, that's
like in high school, I could have been fake or like two-faced, because you don't even know yourself yet, so you're just operating off of like your natural tendencies.
I also feel like people may think that we're two-faced because I'm a very understanding person. So like if you're fighting with somebody, I understand, like for the most part, I understand both sides. And it's not like I'm like going back and forth, or I just understand like where this person's coming from, and they might not handle it the right way, and I understand where you're coming from because...
Yeah, so Geminis, the reason like we get called fake or we get called two-faced and all of that is because we have a duality to us. So let's say that there's like a certain situation that goes on, there's like a fight, right? Like these two people are arguing, and there's this person swears that they're right and this person swears that they're right. Well, we're gonna sit here and we're gonna be like, well, this person has some facts and like they're right in this way, and this person's also right but in a different way.
So
and then because we can see that both people are right, a lot of people don't like that. They want the loyalty, like, no, like we're right, you stick by us. Like, sorry, but they got a point over there, like,
which I understand.
Like I understand that. So like,
I understand why you're annoyed. Like,
yes, like I get you, but I also understand what they're saying. So, and that could be like, oh, you're two-faced, you're fake, you're this, but it's like, really? And we just know how to step outside of ourselves and see both sides of the situation before making a decision. So.
No, exactly. And I think that's a good trait. So like,
I think so too.
If you're evolved, that's how you are.
I know we're speaking biasly because we're Geminis,
I know, that's what we're gonna be like. I have to like stick up for Geminis because it's such a bad word. Like every time when someone says Gemini, they're always like, oh.
Yeah, but I think that it's a good trait to have, because it's like that's a friend that you want to have in your life. So that's like, am I tripping? I will tell you, yes, you're tripping. You are. Like you have to see this other. You have to see this other side. There's a whole other component to this situation that you didn't see, but I can see it.
So Geminis are an air sign, so that means they're like fluid.
We're the thinkers. So a lot of Geminis have a really like nervous like energy to them, because Gemini rules the nervous system. So like we're constantly overthinking things. We're just thinking, like, because we see all sides of everything. So we're like, okay, well, what about this? Oh, well, wait, it could also be this. It could also be that. But what about this? And we're just like constantly spinning. And we need information. So like Geminis like to know. We're very curious minds, curious souls. We just want to know everything and explore everything in like our immediate circle. So like, yes.
And what I like about Geminis is like last thing, because I know we're
dragging it. We're dragging it out.
You probably like skip. But if you didn't skip, what I like about Gemini is that we're adaptable with the people that we hang out with.
Beautiful sign.
Yeah, so like Google what that is too, because that's another thing to learn. But basically, like, I can definitely relate because I have a lot of like different kinds of friends, and I can relate to all of those. Like, call it my double personality or whatever.
Social butterflies. Like, we can understand a lot of people.
Yeah, and I always like, I'm the person to talk to somebody who's like shy and nobody's like talking to them. I'm always that person to like go up to them and talk to them out of everybody. And like my friends who've been with me in high school could vouch for that, because I'm the person to go up to like random people and like try to befriend them, because I like being friends with everybody. Like, I don't know. Okay, so the next sign is Cancer, which is a water sign. And what are the months?
And so that's from June 21st until July 22nd, somewhere like that. And I have like a soft spot for Cancers too, because I have a lot of Cancer placements in my own chart, and I have a love-hate with it.
So my opinion on Cancers is that what I know about Cancers is that they're emotional, they're sensitive, they can be hostile.
So sensitive.
They can be hostile, and that's what you taught me, like, when you spoke about it, which I can see that, because my ex is a Cancer, and he's definitely very emotional, but he can handle it like in a hostile way. But they're nurturing, they're very caring, they're very empathetic.
So because I have a lot of Cancer placements in my chart, I know this all too well. So I'm a Cancer rising, like I mentioned earlier, and I'm also a Cancer Mercury. So the way that I think and the way that I communicate and speak to other people is in a Cancer-like manner. So yeah, we're super nurturing, super caring. We're the brighter guys. Like, we will be there for you. Like, that energy is.
And I love that. I love that.
Yeah, and it's great until it's not, because like Cancer energy, give until you can't. Also, Cancer's sensitivity, like, we notice everything. So Cancers are a very emotionally intelligent sign, an emotionally intelligent energy. So constantly paying attention to other people's moods and their mannerisms and even their tone of voice. Like, you can just tell when a person is not okay, or if something's bothering them, just by like, wait a minute, you texted me differently, like, what, are you okay? Like, what's going on?
They pick up on vibes.
Pick up on everything. So like, our sensitivities is like a blessing and a curse, because we pick up on everything and we feel that. I would say a lot of Cancers are empaths, and because you said your ex-boyfriend was a Cancer and he tends to like say things in a very hostile manner, I think it's because our society doesn't allow men to be sensitive. So instead of being sensitive and sitting with those feelings and being like, wait a minute, I'm sad right now, he's gonna flip that shit to being, I'm good, I'm angry now. Like, fuck off. Like, and so a lot of Cancer men can tend to be very like aggressive and assertive and just angry people, because that's how that sensitivity is manifested. But it doesn't mean that I don't think that that's their natural state. I feel like if they were given the opportunity to be sensitive and to break down and to be honest about how they truly feel, that Cancer men would just be amazing men. Like, I want a Cancer man.
I've seen both sides of this person, so I can definitely see like the breakdown of like emotional and then the hostile breakdown. So the next sign is Leo, and they're a fire sign, and you know the months.
Leo's probably from July 22nd, I believe, until August 21st.
Something like that. I have a lot of Leo friends. My dad's a Leo. I get along with Leos. But with that being said, personally, this is my least favorite sign. Like, if I'm gonna be real, Leos are my least favorite sign. Doesn't mean I don't like Leos. Like, if you're a Leo, I'm gonna cut you off. No, it's just like my personal experience with other Leos in my life, or my first encounters or what have you, is just not the best. I know that Leos are very confident.
They're natural leaders. Like, they're born to lead. Their sign is a lion. They have a lot of pride.
Yes.
The ego. A Leo's ego, man.
Leos, like, they are self-centered. Is that the right word?
I wouldn't say self-centered. It's just that Leos are
trying to be nice.
I'll be that,
right? I'm like, is that right?
It's that, so Leos are ruled by the sun. In a Leo's mind, they believe that, you know, the world is their stage. Like, everyone is paying attention to them. Which, honestly, in my experience, I've noticed that to be true. Leos command attention. They're natural leaders. Like, people are drawn to them. There's like a magnetic thing about Leos that people just want to like see and be around that energy. And like Obama is a Leo. They don't do it purposely. It does come across as like, oh my God, you're so self-centered. They know that they have that ability to lead others and that others are paying attention to what they do. So a Leo, if you're out there, be very mindful of what you're doing, because people are watching and people are paying attention to you and they're gravitating towards what you do. So are you gonna be a good leader, or are you gonna be a shitty leader?
I think of like bully-like because of how they handle a situation or how they just come across, just very like.
That might be a Leo whose ego has been hurt, or their pride. They're being very prideful. So when they come across as prideful, it's because somebody hurt their ego. So now they're gonna like retaliate in a way that makes them look good. We're loyal to their friends and their group of people. Like, all the Leos that I've known, like their friends, whoever they've been around, their circle, like that's their circle. Like there's no penetrating that at all. Like people, the Leo will fight you. The Leo will fight you for their friends.
I believe that. And also a Leo that I do love, I don't know if you know him, but he's like a big YouTuber and Instagram, Bretman Rock.
I'm like, no.
He used to do Vines and all that stuff. You guys know who he is. And I saw a tweet and they said Bretman Rock is like the most Leo of Leos. Like he's the epitome of Leos because of how he carries himself, especially like online, of course. Like everything's just like exaggerated, but like to me that's hilarious to me. So I do love Leos, but if I have to pick which one's my best and least favorite, Leos is my least favorite, but I appreciate you guys. So. So the next sign is Virgo, which is an earth sign, and that is
August 22nd, I believe, until September 23rd.
Yes. First of all, I didn't even know until this year, celebrating all these damn birthdays. I know so many Virgos. There's so many Virgos in my life. So I love you guys. My best friends are Virgo. My work wife is a Virgo. I know like the internet says like Geminis and Virgos are not supposed to be compatible or get along.
But in a way we are though, because Geminis and Virgos are both ruled by Mercury. So Mercury is the planet of like communication and knowledge and intellect, mental processes. So Geminis, we process our mental stimulation through like writing and like just grasping information about like our general daily life. They do it differently than Geminis. Geminis are more extroverted in their mental processes, whereas Virgos are a lot more introverted in their mental processes. And I don't know if that makes sense to you, but like Virgos tend to be more introverts than Geminis. Geminis love the social mental stimulation.
Is there a nervous energy with Virgos?
Yeah, but I feel like they keep it under wraps and more just like their perfectionism. So everything just needs to be perfect for a Virgo. It needs to be organized. It needs to
Which I appreciate because I'm like that.
Yeah. So like everything just has to be a certain way. Virgos are very particular. So in that way, that's how their nerves come out in that way, like where everything just has to be their way, a certain way. And if it's not, they're gonna freak out.
Yeah.
They're gonna freak out.
So like I know that Virgos are very like, they're great hosts, they're perfectionists, and I appreciate that because I can relate. Like I'm a perfectionist in my own way. I'm very like detailed oriented. Like I pay huge attention to detail, and I feel like Virgos are the same. Hey Vivian.
I like Virgos. They're very helpful, giving. They like need to feel needed.
Yeah.
Need to feel needed, which is like a beautiful thing. But Virgos, please take care of yourselves. Like don't get lost in like the taking care of others and being of need to others that you forget that you need yourself.
Yeah.
So definitely.
And also
be mindful of that.
Take it easy.
Yeah.
Like nothing's perfect, no one's perfect.
Yeah.
I have to remind myself that too because I'm like very like, it has to be this way.
Right.
That's not reality. So the next sign is one of my favorite signs. I believe it's one of your favorite signs too, right?
Yes.
I feel like it's a lot of people's favorite signs if we're gonna be honest. It's Libra.
Libras have a special place in my heart also.
Yeah. So when I think of Libra, I think of my sister. If I'm gonna be honest, I think of Kim Kardashian because they both have the same birthday.
Kim Kardashian's actually a Pisces moon too.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, I guess I can relate to her in that way.
I didn't know that until we talked about this.
Yeah. So is Kanye. Kanye is also a Gemini Pisces moon like I am.
Oh, that's weird.
But he's super underdeveloped, so we're just not even gonna go there because we are not the same. Kanye and I. We are not the same. Him and I.
Libras is like they're very an unproblematic sign. Like, I feel like even their weaknesses aren't even that bad. It's like their weaknesses are indecisiveness and flirty. Like,
well, they purposely try not to be problematic. because at the end of the day, they are the sign of the scales of balance. So they always try, very similar to Gemini, where they can see both sides of the situation.
They're an air sign.
Yeah, air sign also. So like, again, the thinkers of the Zodiac. So the way that Geminis kind of think about like everything and all things at once, Libras think about the people and the relationships in their life. So they see the two sides of a possibility or two sides of a situation to keep the peace.
So is that why, I mean, I know Geminis and Libras are both air signs. Is that why they get along?
Yeah, like we understand each other, I feel like that's where it comes down to for me. Like my roommate, my best friend, like she's a Libra, and like we just always just get it. Like we're like yin and yang, like we just understand. Oh, like you saw the other side of it too. Yeah, I peeped that too.
I want more like, Libra friends.
Yeah, like no, Libras are just great, and they always just try to keep the peace, and they do it in such a harmonious way that like even if they do need to confront you about something, they're gonna do it in such a respectful, kind way that you're just like, all right, I'm not even mad no more.
The Libras that I know, they're very sweet. Like my sister, she's crazy and she can be hot-headed, but like she's very sweet. A lot of Libras, all the Libras that I know are very sweet people. And Libra is my rising sign, and I remember one of the first things that she said to me that I was just like, damn, she hit like where like
I'm curious as to what you're gonna say now.
She was like, you want people to like you.
Yeah, you do. Libras definitely want people to like them. They do.
Yeah, like I care about like in my opinion that's a flaw. Like because I really care about what people think of me. That's working on it.
No, but that's like a thing that Libras need to be mindful of.
Yeah.
Like yes, you're here for the balance. You're here to keep the peace, but don't lose yourself in trying to please other people.
Yes, I'm huge.
It could. That's a flaw that Libras do have. Like
I know.
And it's not so a flaw in regards to like how they interact with other people. It's more so a flaw for themselves.
Yeah.
Something that Libras need to be mindful of, like that you're not just pleasing people just for the sake of pleasing people at the detriment of yourself. Like you shouldn't be doing that.
Oh, and another thing that I like about Libra is that beauty.
Yes, yeah. So they're ruled by Venus. So Libras and Tauruses, both of them are ruled by Venus. So like naturally just they emit like an aura of just beauty, and like people are attracted to them, drawn to them. Like they just always look good naturally. Like they don't even need to do anything. You're just like, wow, you're beautiful.
Even if you think that like you're not very into like physical beauty and like looks and stuff like that, they're like personalities,
their
beautiful.
Soul. There's just something of beauty to them.
Exactly. So the next sign is a Scorpio, which is one of my other favorite signs because it's my moon sign.
Parents?
Many Scorpios.
No. I feel like I just have every type of Scorpio energy surrounding me. Like both of my parents are Scorpio moons, and my brother is a Scorpio. My first boyfriend was a Scorpio. I have two friends that are also Scorpio moons. You're a Scorpio moon.
And Tati?
My roommate, Tati's a Scorpio moon. My roommate, she's a Scorpio. Mercury. I'm surrounded by Scorpios, and I don't know. I love y'all, but it's also like I see your flaws and I peep it, and I'm like, oh.
Scorpios are a water sign, and so what I know about Scorpios from me just like researching myself basically is that they're intense, very passionate. They are naturally like dark.
There's a depth to Scorpios emotionally. Like they just see the darkness in the world, and like they feel it. They feel all of it. And me personally, like as a Pisces moon, I find beauty in that. So that's why I appreciate Scorpios. I'm like, yes, let's sit in the dark together. Like let's get down there and feel it and get sad together. Like
I saw a video where it's like Scorpios like kind of like the darkness.
They do.
And they like
the darker taboo things in life.
Yeah, and I'm like, why is that true? Like, why am I comfortable and why am I low-key emo? And I don't mind it. But.
Yeah, no, I like grew up around Scorpio energy. Both of my parents being Scorpio moons, I feel like inherently gave me Scorpio qualities.
Yeah.
So I understand Scorpios very well. I really do, and I love them, and I also see the flaws where I'm just like, the vengefulness that they have.
Not a great thing, but
that's the part of Scorpios. Yeah, I gotta work on that.
That's why people hate Scorpios.
Well, because it's like people push Scorpios to that point though, to be fair.
That's what me and Vivian were talking about.
To be fair, Scorpios, they're very mysterious. So like if they do finally let you in, and then you fuck them over,
don't.
It's over. It's over for you because it took so long for them to finally take that wall down.
And I feel like that's normal.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people are like they're very like intense and like just don't screw over a Scorpio. Don't screw over anybody.
No, but their capacity for revenge is higher than any other zodiac sign. I promise you. Like their capacity for revenge, like you stepped on their toe, they're gonna like cut off your foot.
Yeah.
So
and I can vouch for that. Like I'm not necessarily like I'm out here gonna act like karma, but I'm gonna be like I cannot wait until like
karma gets you.
Yeah, exactly. I can't wait till it happens to you or whatever. Like that's how I think, unfortunately. Like that's
I have
one
that
of my
problem
flaws
too, though.
yeah. And I also know that Scorpios are very loyal.
Yeah.
And they're
but selectively.
Yeah.
Very selective.
Very true. And another thing that I can relate to Scorpios is that they want to know a person so much before like I open up to you or any Scorpio opens
well,
up.
they have to feel safe. I think for Scorpios, it's like a security thing. Like
absolutely.
Because like you said, they're into the dark, taboo, weird things that most people aren't into. So they need to make sure, like, are you ready for the depth that I have to offer you? Because Scorpios have a lot of depth. Like, are you willing to get that dark?
Like for me, for my moon Scorpio, like, if I have this secret, right? And if you tell me a secret that in my head, like, is equal to that secret.
Yeah, equivalent to it.
Yeah, then I'll tell you that secret. But if I feel like your secret's not that, I don't know, crazy or whatever, then I'm still gonna keep my, like, darker secrets or, like, you know, whatever I think makes me weird until you show me that you're like that too, or that you're not judgy. Like, I hate being judged.
Yeah, I hate being judged.
Yeah.
I get that 100%.
So,
yeah, Scorpios are another really misunderstood sign because they get a lot of hate too, just like Geminis. Like Geminis and Scorpios, I feel like get the most hate out of all of the zodiac signs, and I just feel like they're just misunderstood. People don't get how they operate. And
before I even learned a lot about astrology, when I found out my moon was in Scorpio and then me being a Gemini and that was so hated, I was like, oh my gosh, like, am I a terrible
You're
person?
double hated.
Yeah, like, am I bad? Like, I remember talking with, like, it was a group of people, and it was the first time I found out what my moon is and my rising and everything, and I'm like, I'm a Gemini and a Scorpio? Like, am I crazy? Maybe.
Possibly. Maybe.
So the next sign is Sagittarius, and they're a fire sign. This is actually one of my favorite signs.
Sag is like the end of November to the end of December. So I think the last day of Sag season is December 21st.
Yeah, they're near Christmas. So yeah, like I said, I really like them. I feel like Sagittarius people are very blunt, but I like people who are like that. Even though I said like Leos are like my least favorite, I also do like strong personalities. I know I'm like not making sense when it comes to that, but
that's their Gemini.
Yeah,
we don't make sense.
I'm like I like it, but I don't. They're funny. They're very fun to be with. Yeah. We're just like, they're loud. They're crazy. They're very like, I don't know. I just feel like we're always on the same level.
Yeah, and so the reason that Geminis and Scorpios, Geminis and Sagittarius tend to be on the same level is because we are sister signs. So it means that like Gemini, 6 months later is Sagittarius. So we're like sister signs. We're the complete opposite on the birth chart. There's a lot of similarities between Geminis and Sages. Sages are clowns, literally, quite literally, they're clowns. Like they just love to make people laugh, even at their own expense. Yes. Super silly, super just goofballs.
Literally my friends, like
my father, just with the corny dad jokes.
I love corny
my whole life was just corny dad jokes because he just like loved to make people laugh, like no matter what.
I love that.
Yeah, they're like the explorers, the adventurers of the zodiac. So they just love to like know, they love to travel. They love to, even if they don't have the opportunity to travel, they'll find a way to get out of their comfort zone, get out of like their four walls and like try new foods from different countries or meet new people from different countries and different cultures and try to learn about it genuinely. So they just love to learn, just like Geminis love to learn, but Geminis love to learn in like a little like inner circle, in our social circle, and
selfish.
And yeah, like it's like a small, it's more small-minded, I guess. Not to say that Geminis are small-minded, but like the knowledge that we gather is more small, rather than Sages who want to learn like everything about the world.
Broader, yeah.
It's more broad. Like they think more about like philosophies, and Geminis are more just like, I want to learn about you as a person. A Sag would be like, I want to learn about you as a person and your culture and where you come from and the background and all that. Like so, so like Sag is kind of expanded a little bit more.
So Sagittarius and Geminis, from what I gather, we get bored very easily.
Yeah, real quick.
And I can vouch for that. And like the friends in my life too, we can relate to that. Like we talked about it, like we need to be stimulated constantly. So the next sign is Capricorn, and that's December 21st to January 21st. And they're an earth sign.
Yes.
So when I think of Capricorn, this is one of the signs that I never knew about. Like it never stuck out. And are they a mutable sign?
They're a cardinal sign.
Okay.
So they're a little bit in between. So I would say that Capricorns, or just any type of cardinal sign, is a natural leader. They not like a leader in the sense that like everyone gravitates towards them, but leader in the sense that they like get shit started. Like, we're gonna do this thing. And Capricorns are motivated by doing things because they just need a physical like end product to work towards. They have constant goals that they're working towards all the time.
They're very traditional, right?
Yeah, they tend to stick to traditions. Like they hold value in that for sure.
They're hardworking. They're very practical. I know that Capricorns, they kind of like stick to themselves, right?
I wouldn't say that they want to stick to themselves. I think that they do because they're so focused on that goal.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a byproduct of like how their natural state is. Like they just want to keep working towards that goal. So like nothing else matters. They're very tunnel vision. So once they've decided like we're gonna do this thing, there's nothing else that matters. Like we're doing this thing. Capricorns,
this is the sign that like does not believe in like Zodiac and astrology. Like,
no, they tend to be skeptics.
Yes, because
they're very skeptical.
They need like concrete evidence.
They need to see it. They need to see it to believe it, type of thing. And like, astrology is a really hard thing to prove. Yeah. So, I mean, for me, I just feel it. Like I know astrology is real for me.
Yeah.
But
so I know like you could be a religious Capricorn, but for like the most part, or the stereotypical way, they're not very religious because it's not concrete.
I guess it depends because my father has a lot of Capricorn placements and he sticks to religion because it's a tradition.
And it's what he knows.
And it's what he knows, so it's a tradition. So I guess it just kind of depends on like how they grew up. But yeah, Capricorns, I will say Capricorns, because you're ruled by Saturn, I think there's a lot of hardships that you go through in your life. Like Capricorns tend to have a lot of hardships that they have to like hurdle through.
Yeah.
And like lessons that they have to learn, and like diving into work just makes it a lot easier to deal with those problems. Because it's like, all right, I'm accomplishing things, I'm doing things, I'm producing, I'm making something happen.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So, but I love Capricorns. Once you do enter that space, and once you do enter that like comfort zone, and the Capricorns let you in, they're like the most nurturing, caring. Like they will do whatever they have to do to be there for you. They're like the dads of the Scorpio, of the Zodiac. So like Cancer is like the mom's like super nurturing, like Capricorn's like the dad who's gonna like provide and like do things for you and like be there for you, you know?
I like that. By the way, I love how like you know which sign is ruled by what planet.
Oh yeah, I know.
That's even like, I'm still learning astrology. That's like beyond me.
Yeah.
Like, that's something I would have to Google. So, I mean, whatever.
It's my Gemini mind. I'm constantly researching.
Yes. She knows her stuff. Okay, so the next sign is Aquarius, and the month for Aquarius is January 21st to February 18th. And are they fire?
They're an air sign too, actually. Yeah. So like Aquarius energy, my mom's an Aquarius, so I'm like, she's really the only one that I know very well. But what I can say about Aquarius is that they're very progressive and inventive people. Like they like to just think of shit that no one's ever thought of.
Yeah.
They're like, because they're also an air sign, so again, mental processes, the thinkers of Zodiac, which is why a lot of people don't really understand Aquariuses, because they think so differently than everyone. Like some people would say that they're like the rebels, or like they're, what's that word?
Quirky.
Yeah, quirky, but also like non-conformist.
Okay.
Like they don't like to conform to like what society has told them to be, because why?
I didn't know much about Aquarius because I don't have a lot of people who are Aquarius in my life. Like me thinking about it right now, I have nobody who's an Aquarius in my life, but in high school, I definitely have like a few friends who are Aquarius.
They tend to be kind of like lone wolves, because like they feel like nobody understands them, so they're just like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna just continue doing what I gotta do, because they're nonconformists. So like if your social circle is a group of people who tend to like conform to the trends, or like be, you know, I guess what society or what society expects you to be, and Aquarius is not going to be present in that situation, because they're conforming and they're like turning into what they don't want to be. I feel like I've heard people say like Aquariuses are like aliens because they just think like so differently than everyone, and they just want to like progress society to a place that
I like that
society's not ready for.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean that Aquariuses are crazy. They're just like thinking at a level that we just can't comprehend.
And the last sign, oh my gosh.
Oh,
The last
Pisces.
sign, Pisces, which now that like I know that you're a Pisces rising.
Pisces moon.
Moon.
Yeah.
I think of you. Yeah, I think of you. Like when I read Pisces, I'm like, oh, Nadia. And like you're not even a Pisces like sun, but like I still think of you, so I'm like.
Well, yeah, I feel like your moon energy like shines through at some point, and like you feel people's moon energy more. Like once you get to know people, you get to know their feelings and emotions. Yeah. So you get to know their moon sign, and mine is in Pisces. So anybody that knows me really well, I feel like my Pisces energy comes out.
Yeah, and we both have like our moon is water. Water. So I feel like that's why we get along. Like we're both Geminis and water moon.
So we're just emotional Geminis.
Yes,
basically that's what it comes down to.
We're emotional, crazy, like whatever. But my personal opinions with Pisces is that they're or what I know about Pisces, that they're emotional. I know that they're the last signs, that I remember you teaching me that they understand all other signs because.
Yeah, so like Pisces, because they're the last sign in the zodiac, so they have the qualities of all the other signs until they get to the last one. So we're a little bit of Aries, we're a little bit of Taurus, we're a little bit of Gemini, we're a little bit of Cancer,
I really like
Leo. We're a little bit of everything. We just understand. Ultimately, I'm saying we like I am one, right? Pisces energy just understands. They're very compassionate people. They're very, I would say, just understanding like of anybody and everyone. So they have a lot of different types of friends in different circles.
And I feel like you being a Gemini as well with that, like you're extra
understanding of everyone. Yeah. It's like a blessing and a curse, because sometimes it's like I'm understanding of people who hurt me, and then I'm like, I shouldn't be misunderstanding. Like I really should be like, fuck you. But I'm like, but wait, I understand.
But that's my Scorpio. Yeah. Like I'm understanding, but like you screwed me over.
Yeah. So it's like it's a blessing and a curse. But yeah, so like Pisces, they just feel a lot, and they just want the best for like everyone. They see the best and the good in everyone. And Pisces tend to be kind of dreamy, because the realities of this world are way too harsh for their like giving and compassionate and understanding heart. They just kind of are like, oh my God, this world is so overwhelming. Let me escape to like some dream world or some fantasy that I can make up in my head. You know, so like a lot of Pisces are really like artistic, like super creative, a lot of artsy people that tend to just put their feelings and emotions that they gather from all the other people that they're around. They feel everyone's energy, and they put it into art, and they put it into some sort of creative thing. Like for me, it's writing. I write, even if it's not my own feelings. Like I had somebody going through something like really traumatic, and like I felt it so hard, and I wrote about it. And you know, I feel like some people, they need to like see that experience on paper or through an art piece or through a movie or through music. So Pisces definitely channel all the energy that they feel in some sort of artistic, creative outlet.
Very empathic. Can I say that?
Empathetic.
Yeah. You should see my other videos. I say words and I'm like editing and I'm like, really?
That's not a real word.
That's not. It's embarrassing. But
very empathetic. Super. We just absorb. We absorb everything.
Last thing I want to say about Pisces is that I remember you teaching me this, is that Pisces can tend, because they're so emotional, they tend to play victim.
Oh yes. So, I have definitely done that before. They throw themselves like a pity party where it's just like, you just have to cry. You just feel sorry for yourself. And I really don't know what that's about. I don't know what that's about, but I definitely do it often. I did it earlier today where I just like sat and cried for an hour like, woe is me. Yeah. But then you get over it and you're just like, all right, keep it moving. But yeah, I don't know what that's about. We're just really emotional signs. It's like, because we're also a water sign, the fish, there's like that duality where it's like we see the good, but we also feel the bad. And it's like when we feel the bad, it's like we gotta just sit and marinate in that until we come back to the good.
Yeah.
So it's, yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much what my opinions are with all the signs. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos of me and future videos maybe with Nadia.
I had fun doing this. I remember doing another one. Yeah.
This is our first video, by the way.
Yeah, I've never done this before, so
I know. And it's intimidating because like you guys should see the lights. So it's kind of
I was stressed. I was like, oh, this is like a real, this is a real thing. Okay.
Yeah. I kind of like dragged her into doing this video because I feel like she's the perfect person to do this video. Because if it's just me, I don't know if I would be saying like the wrong facts or I'll just be like one sign I'm just bashing.
Yeah, I didn't want her to bash anybody because I was like, no. There's like good and bad to everyone.
Yeah, exactly. There's good and bad to every sign, so that's just how it is. But I had a lot of fun doing this video. For everybody who's watching, please leave a comment of what sign you are, or if you know your sun, moon, and rising. I would love to learn about that. Stay connected with me in social media. It's linked down below. And do you want to share your Instagram?
Sure. If you want to follow me, I have an Instagram. It's at Miss_Nadia12. And I'm actually part of a group of women called Self-Love Break Room. So we host a lot of like events for just self-love in New York City and New Jersey, like in the tri-state area. If you're ever available to come, like I post the type of events that we have on there. So
I'll plug in, I'll plug in that Self-Love Break Room social media as well. And you guys should follow that because even if you're not in the area, still follow it because
there's virtual groups.
There's virtual groups.
Yeah.
I believe they're gonna grow even more like throughout the country. And like you can still follow the page because there's a lot of inspiration posts that I love. So yes, again, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.